product, yeah. Make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got one life to live.
Buy original.
You should know where to go. Na SON.
If the renewed strategies between the Nigerian Customs Service and the Standards Organization of Nigeria is anything to go by, then Nigerians will soon begin to witness a drastic reduction in the prevalence of substandard products in the country. What are these two critical government agencies doing differently this time? We will tell you. African Organization for Standardization, ASO, advocates self-regulation as viable tool for tackling the menace of substandard products. It is another interesting edition of Standard and You, your guide to product quality and safety. My name is Ifenyinwa Okonkwo. I'll be back after this message.
Look behind me. All this one now wire, where we seize from them. You know, see as them plenty there. Iron 9 they put inside. Maybe some people have saying their money for time and now they take build house. You can't use this kind of wire. I can't burn and down. What do you get again? So when we see people with this kind of email that they tell us to, we will go catch them.
Choose life and live. Buy original. Be original. SON.
Nice to have you join us on the program. And we'll begin by telling you that it will no longer be business as usual for importers and producers of goods who flood our markets with substandard products. This is because the Standards Organization of Nigeria and the Nigerian Customs Service have come up with proactive steps to stop these bad products from entering our markets right at the point of entry. This was made known at a meeting between top management staff of the two government agencies led by their chief executive officers in Abuja. Here are details of that meeting.
It is a global menace with serious implications on economies of nations of the world, especially in developing countries of Africa and some parts of Asia. Like in other parts of the world, Nigeria is contending with the prevalence of substandard products, with agencies like the Standards Organization of Nigeria working with relevant stakeholders, evolving and deploying measures to check the distribution of these bad products across the country. It's a daunting task for the SON, given the size and population of the country, to monitor the influx of these products into Nigeria.
Goods coming from all manner of places, and you need heavy investment in logistics, heavy investment in intelligence, and heavy investment in enforcement. All these things are very key to ensuring that we achieve the kind of result that we expect from the SON. So the amendment of the Act is a step in the right direction, but we need to go beyond that to look at all the ramifications of the capacity of SON and see how government can support them to build this capacity.
The agency has had to, over the years, go after importers of these products using market surveillance, feedback from consumers, and technology to track down dealers' warehouses and other hidden outlets located across the country. Although the agency has over the years made significant seizures and destruction, the impact of these bad products on the economy and Nigerians is enormous, as explained by the former Director General of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Muda Yusuf.
One of the reasons the Nigerian manufacturing sector has been so sluggish in terms of growth and development is the challenge of smuggling of counterfeit products and of substandard products. It's one of their biggest challenges, and a lot of brands have also been destroyed. Because what happens is that once a brand is performing, that is what they target. And before you know it, apart from eroding the profit margin of the main owners of the brand, they also do things that undermine or erode their reputation of the brands. So it hurts the economy a great deal. It hurts the manufacturing sector a great deal, and this is a very critical sector for the economy. Because if you are talking of building an inclusive economy, you need a very sound industrial base to do so. It is the industries that will buy raw materials. It is industries that will engage skill, both at the lower level, at the middle level, at high level. It is industry that will also, in some instances, provide what you call forward linkages.
It's against this backdrop that the Standards Organization of Nigeria and the Nigeria Customs Service set up a committee to monitor the influx, distribution of these goods into the country. Under the new arrangement, representatives of both agencies are expected to man the various points of entries round the clock to ascertain the quality of products imported into Nigeria.
We must complement us, and I am happy that you are back. Because it will complement our job and make it better. So that by the time anything exits the port, we know that we are releasing what is genuine to Nigerians and less harmful or not harmful to Nigerians. So I welcome you back, and we will do everything to make sure that our men work in hand. The directive will go down, and then we must create a forum to continue to get people to interact. Small workshops here, lectures here, on-the-job training, that can be done. Then our men will get to synergize better and understand themselves better. That is directive session is very necessary. Very necessary. Because I'm sure even if it's a workshop that you attend with somebody, you introduce yourself, you talk. Long after that, you have become colleagues. Anywhere you see, you know that. So let's continue to advance that. I'm sure it is the best source of getting our people at the lower level to synergize and interact with each other. And then they will do the job better.
The SON boss assured that the agency, in line with government policy on the ease of doing business, will not slow down the cargo clearance process, adding that suspected substandard cargo can further be examined outside the ports.
It's not our interest to slow down anybody's business in the ports. We have arrangements already for the last couple of years where if we have to look at products, we have places where we can keep those products without blocking other products that are coming through the ports.
Malam Farouk Salim made it categorically clear that efforts have been made to reform the organization system to promote efficiency and quick turnaround time. Apart from ensuring adequate staff reorientation and training, Malam Salim disclosed that there are mechanisms in place to deal with all forms of violation of the law and clearance procedures.
We have moved almost 100% of all the employees who are found at the port to other places. On a constant basis, about 6 months, every 6 months, we move people around so they don't get comfortable in one area. Because they say familiarity breeds contempt, and in this case, familiarity breeds corruption. And then we have a code of conduct which was created by our legal department with the help of the Human Resources Department based on the public service rules. And every individual working at the ports will sign that code of conduct, because when those code of conducts are broken, they are liable to be disciplined or even dismissed. So we have both professional code of conduct for how our people are going to behave in the port, and then we have other guidelines how they are going to be punished if there is a problem. So all these things are very clear, and the people we work with, the customs and Shippers Council, all these individuals, they have a desk that they can reach out to us if they have a problem.
The Standards Organization of Nigeria is a government agency saddled with the responsibility of elaborating, enforcing and promoting standards in Nigeria.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's fake.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's bad.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It hurts.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It destroys.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It kills.
These are substandard products. They are dangerous to human lives and have negative effects on the nation's economy. We work round the clock in search of these products, and wherever we find them, we destroy them. We are committed to the war against substandard and fake products. We are the Standards Organization of Nigeria. Join us on Standard and You, your guide to product quality and safety.
The program you're still watching is Standard and You, your guide to product quality and safety. We must rise to the challenge of embracing quality and promote standardization in all our human endeavor. Minister of State for Industry, Trade and Investment, Ambassador Mariam Walwaji Katagun, gave this charge at the 9th African Day of Standardization in Lagos. Standard and You was there.
Minister of State for Industry, Trade and Investment, Ambassador Mariam Walwaji Katagun, in her keynote address, described this year's theme, promoting the African pharmaceutical and medical devices through standardization, as timely against the recent COVID-19 pandemic. While acknowledging the role of SON in promoting made in Nigeria goods, Ambassador Mariam urged the agency to intensify efforts in tackling fake and substandard products in Nigeria. She assured that government will continue to provide interventions to support the agency and foster growth and development of industries.
The Standard Organization of Nigeria, being a founding member of ASO and one of the driving forces of the development of continental standards, as well as harmonization of national standards across the continent, has continuously and positively projected the image of this country. The federal government of Nigeria has over time evolved policies and strategies for promoting not only the growth of the pharmaceutical industry, but has provided financial support through special intervention funds and repositioning of the industry for more investments. These efforts have endeared the Nigerian pharmaceutical industry to investors. In order to deepen the support for the pharmaceutical and medical industry, the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, in collaboration with key stakeholders, is currently formulating a policy framework for the development of Health Industries Corporation of Nigeria, HICOM. Therefore, the seamless implementation of HICOM will be possible and practicable with strict adherence to the requirements of applicable standards at national, regional, continental, and international levels. This therefore calls for regular update of applicable standards in line with international best practices, strict regulatory regime, and an ingenious approach to preventing the importation, manufacture, and distribution of substandard pharmaceuticals and medical devices. I therefore call on some and all regulatory authorities involved in this industry to redouble efforts in ensuring that only goods and services that have complied with the laid down standards are available in our markets.
Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, Malam Farouk Salim, in his remark, stressed that standards is all-encompassing and evident in every aspect of human life as a guide for doing things right. He further reiterated that the SON is poised to help industries grow and develop capacities in tandem with global best practices through standardization, and these includes the pharmaceutical industry.
Standardization essentially in any industry, including the pharmaceutical industry, is a means to make sure that our industries are not only acceptable, but working in such a way that they will be able to export their products across the world. We have the youngest population in the world. We have the fastest growing market in the world in Africa. So when our standardization becomes a criteria to build our industries on, it's a given that our country and the rest of the African countries will be in a position not only to lead, but to provide economic sustenance for our people.
Deputy Vice Chancellor, University of Benin, Professor Ray Ozolwa, in his presentation highlighted the problems facing African pharmaceutical industries and the role of standardization as a panacea. In his submission, Although SON plays a critical role as a standard body in fighting fake products, all hands must be on deck to tackle the menace of substandard products in Nigeria.
It's very important that we go by standards, right? Because if we do not go by standards in the long run, we shoot ourselves in the feet. How so? We buy things, they don't last because they don't conform to standards. If drugs, for example, don't conform to standards, they can be hazardous, right? Two things, either that you don't get the expected benefit, therapeutic benefit, that's one, and yet it's possible that they may actually be harmful. So it's good that they conform to standards. Everything about life needs to conform to standard, and the role of SON in the scheme of things cannot be underestimated. The major player, all right, how so? Enforcement. They also need to give the enablement, financial enablement for SON to perform, and other regulators, including NAFDAC. They shouldn't have enough money with which they'll be able to do what they ought to do. So that's very important. Then the role of the citizen cannot also be taken for granted. Why so? If the citizens do the proper things to do and they demand for standards and the things they do, all right, people will now be compelled to go by the standards. So it's a two-way thing. People asking that, look, this thing must meet standard, meaning that those persons operating below standard, we up their game. That's the role of the citizen in the scheme of things.
He described SON's directive to go back to the ports as a right step in the right direction, noting that substandard products is a great threat to the industrial sector and the public at large.
No wonder, we have these bad goods coming in, brake pad, fake one, real one, gearbox, fake one, real one. Virtually everything, syringes, fake one, real one. Somebody gives an injection, the thing leaves a pain. And we know that that drug ought not to cause pain when injected. All that because the needle is not sharp, not up to standard. These are the issues. So fantastic that SON is back to the ports.
Other discussants in their submissions maintained that standards boost consumers' confidence in goods and drives global trade. They called for more awareness and standardization and support for SON to achieve its mandates.
Major advantages for me is that it is with standards that you cross borders. Because if we agree on particular standards, for example, in Africa, and I follow them in my little village industry in one corner of Nigeria, it means the person sitting somewhere in Kigali or in Cape Town will accept that product because it has been produced according to what he understands, what he agrees is efficacious and safe. So standards are really the platform on which we will leverage and deliver our services, not just within our continent, but to the world. And we do know that, yes, when it comes to active pharmaceutical ingredients, we will probably be playing catch-up with the rest of the world. They are already far ahead. But when it comes to like herbals, we can lead. And if we do make our products, our herbal medicines, for example, to meet standards, then the world will use them.
The issue of standardization was exposed during the pandemic because some of the basic products, pharmaceutical products, like gloves, like face masks, like gown, you know what I mean? They could not, we couldn't produce them. When most nations were not exporting, flights were locked down, people were locked down, okay? When nothing is coming from outside, you notice we're going to struggle. So we are struggling because we could not keep pace with those in sanitizer. We were struggling. So until there was, cargo flights, and then we'll be able to get some of those relief material. But if we have standards, we could just leverage on them and, trigger our local manufacturing. Though we do not have that much capacity in manufacturing, it's still a problem because probably we're not very, very aware of the functions of SON. SON has been doing a lot, but the citizens, I think, are still behind in understanding. They need to be carried along in whatever SON is. Because without the citizenry, the business community, not knowing that you will just be struggling in production. So knowledge of standards in medical device and standards in pharmaceutical products will enable local businesses to key into it, what they should do, how they should do it. Yes, just the businessmen will just go, and get things even below standard, again, Sun should be empowered financially so they'll be able to monitor all the products that come into Nigeria or being produced in Nigeria, that they keep to the defined standards.
Highlight of the event was a public presentation of prizes and awards to winners of the 9th ASO Continental Essay Competition and the African Day of Standardization Quiz Competition 2022. African Day of Standardization is an annual event celebrated to raise awareness on standardization in different spheres of life.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's fake.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's bad.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It hurts.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It destroys.
Don't touch, don't touch.
Our country right now is threatened by substandard goods, resulting into industries not surviving in this country. We cannot continue to have individuals physically destroying our economy. That's economic sabotage, and we are not going to tolerate that.
Join us on Standard on You, your guide to product quality and safety.
Mattress is one of the must-have properties in a house, considering that an average person sleeps for 8 hours a day, basically 1/3 of your lifetime. A welcoming mattress is usually the driver of a good sleep, as it is intended to provide comfort to the sleeper. My name is Alimoto Sifo, and I'll be sharing 5 standard tips on mattress. But wait, what do you do when you're dissatisfied with a product? Do you keep it to yourself or tell others about it? Do you keep buying or stop patronizing? Do you express happiness or disappointment? Consumer satisfaction is the fulfillment consumers derive from a product. In other words, it's how happy consumers are with the purchase, and this is based on whether their need is met effortlessly in a convenient way that makes them loyal to the product. It's true that businesses need money to survive. To make profits, businesses need customers. Ideally, when these customers are happy, they tell their friends about the product and keep coming back. Only businesses with focus on consumer satisfaction will thrive. So you see, consumer satisfaction is key to the survival of a business. If you want to succeed in your business, you must make consumer satisfaction a priority by complying with the available product standards, which guarantee product quality and safety. Standards Organization of Nigeria recognizes that the consumer is king. Hence, its mission to promote consumer confidence and global competitiveness of Nigerian products through standardization and quality assurance. We will not only protect Nigerians from fake and substandard products, but also help consumers get value for their money. Now to 5 standard tips on mattress. Buy brand new mattress certified by SON with labeling information on durability, density, size, weight, and type. Ensure your weight is suitable with your mattress and give it proper support for a good sleep. Firm mattresses are recommended for stomach and some back sleepers, while soft mattresses are recommended for side sleepers. You can rotate or flip your mattresses to reduce excessive wear resulting from sleeping in the same place and body position consistently. Always keep your mattress dry and change it when it's worn out to avoid body pains or discomfort while sleeping. There you have it, 5 standard tips on mattress. And that concludes this week's episode of your favorite public sensitization program, Standard and You. Do you have a question, complaint, or suggestion? You can send in your messages with your full name and location to the number 0705-972-4455. Catch up with missed episodes online at youtube.com/Standard and You. Don't just view, hit the subscribe button, it's free. As always, buy original, sell authentic, and use only the best. Enjoy the rest of the week.
Why you dey buy fake product, Make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got one life to live.
Buy original.